Alrighty, time to do some matching. Okay. So the cool thing about this is that they're saying these are going to match up with something over here. Okay. So um, really what I have to determine is, are my x's going to be in the numerator or the denominator? So I can simplify this whole thing if I want to. Um, but what it looks like is that the numbers or the coefficients, the 8 and the 4 in this case, are going to just simplify. They're going to be divide out to be 1. So really I just need to be looking at the x's. Okay? And that just simplifies the problem a whole lot more if you know that you just have to do that. So let's combine these exponents. I have a 6 here to the 1/3, x to the 6th to the 1/3. Side note, you could also write that as x to the 6th cube rooted. Okay, the 1/3 is just a cube root written as a power. And we do that because it's easy now to say 6 times a third is 2. So that's an x squared. And where is it? It's in the numerator right now. Well, what's it multiplied by? We have x to the 8th to the negative 1/2. So multiply those exponents, you get negative 4. Combine those, you add the exponents there, and you get negative 2. Where's that going to send it? To the denominator. So a is going to be there. All right, looking at the x's on b, x to the 5th to the 1/5. Okay, when I multiply those, it's going to be x to the 1st times x to the 3rd to the 1/3. So I'm going to multiply those. Multiply. And 3 times the 3rd is x. And so that is x squared. Where is it? It's in the numerator. So b, go right there. All right, next one. Let's simplify this before we mess with the 2/3. So it's going to be x cubed. You know, just for fun, I'll do this one too. Y to the 5th over y squared. Subtract those exponents. Y cubed raised to the 2/3. All right, so multiply 3 by 2/3, and you get x squared. 3 times 2/3, y squared. And that is down here. I bet D and E are going to be up there. You probably have already moved on with your life. But so now I've got an x squared. It's all by its lonesome. Being multiplied by an x to what power? 7 times negative 2/7. That's the negative 2 power. Times x to the negative 7th to the 2/7. So that's going to be x to the negative 2 as well. And I add up all those exponents, and I end up with just an x to the negative 2, which is going to be in the denominator as a positive x squared. Last one, part E. Anything to the 0th power is 1. So that one is already gone. It's not x to the 1st, it's just 1. Okay, so that's gone, more or less. X to the 10th to the negative 1/5, multiply those. X to the negative 2, that's 1 over x squared. Okay, so part of problem solving, part of being able to use these things to your advantage is understanding what you're being required to do and then doing it in the easiest way possible. I never looked at, well, I did one time, but I didn't have to. You never even had to look at a y. You never even had to consider the coefficients in front of these variables. You just had to look at one variable, isolate it, and know that you were able to do that because everything in here is just being multiplied. So we can use that property, we can switch those things, the orders, and come out with the answers a lot faster this way.